rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and today we have from the folks at Tipsy Marlin Travels. Love that name, Tipsy Marlin Travels. It's Bubba and it's Kat Walden. Bubba and Kat, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
It's great to have you on board here with us. And you guys are out in New Mexico, which is, to me, a fascinating place. I've not been there. It's on my list of states to get to, remaining states on the list to get to. Got a couple friends out there, but have yet to visit. And where you are, I'm going to let you pronounce the name of the town again, but I know it's near Las Cruces. Where is it again?
Alamogordo.
Alamogordo, New Mexico. Very, very. How's the weather out there right now? What are you looking at?
I think we're about 65, 70, I believe.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's pretty comfortable.
Yep.
That's
Beautiful,
pretty comfortable.
clear, sunny skies.
Beautiful. Now, is that a high elevation where you guys are?
Right now, we're at about 4,300 feet.
Okay, so that's up there a little bit.
Mhm.
And what are you guys? Are you full timers?
Yes, we are.
So what are you living in and riding around in these days?
So we have a 42-foot Sandpiper fifth wheel, and we haul it with a Peterbilt semi-tractor with a little smart car that rides on the back of the truck.
Oh wow, you guys are set then. You man, with a smart car and the whole bit. So I mean, you got your own like little zip code going on there for yourself.
Yeah, just about.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And how long have you guys been full timing?
2018.
Okay, so yeah, so you're going into your fourth year of doing this, and that's terrific. And so it's just the two of you. Anyone else along for the ride, or some pets or anything?
Yeah, we got our dog Lulu.
Lulu.
Yeah.
There's Lulu.
There's Lulu.
Hey Lulu, how you doing? Oh wow, what a sweet dog. All right.
She's our little rescue.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, wonderful. I love those rescues. And how old? We know how old Lulu is?
To the best of our knowledge, she just turned 3.
Oh, okay. So she's got some years ahead of her. That's terrific.
She's gonna outlive us.
All right. I love it. Yeah, we get so many people come on the show, and that we've had all kinds of pets. I mean, naturally, you got a lot of dogs and cats, but we've had rabbits, and we've had some odd, we've had rabbits and birds and stuff, but a few odd ones, some lizards, and
we know a couple that haul around a pig.
Oh yeah.
Probably about a 200-pound pig.
And that pig, that pig is their pet.
Yep.
It's okay.
His name is Chunks.
Okay. All right. Geez, I hope they just never get stranded in the wild and have to, think about using that pig for something else.
Right.
Not good. But these days, of course, getting stranded in the wild is a little hard because of these things and all the other kinds of communication we've got. Full timing now. This is your fourth year, and is New Mexico home, or where are you guys from originally?
Originally, I'm from Montana, and she's from San Diego, California. We're domiciled out of South Dakota right now.
Gotcha. And
we're kind of partners with my mom in Arkansas. We have 18 acres in southwestern part of Arkansas.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And you know, I know we've talked about this before. You know, sometimes making that transition from home to living on the road takes a little bit of getting used to. Did you find that it was a challenge for you guys, or were you able to just kind of slide right in and
we slid right in? It was easy for us. We pretty much had our minds made up when we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah. Are you both kind of handy? You both like feel like you're pretty comfortable with what you had to learn and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. She'd worked for a RV dealership for a year and a half, I believe, before we started on the road.
Yeah.
So she was pretty much involved with all, you know, what was going on and how they were built and what was the best ones that we could afford it then.
Yeah.
And then he's really handy. He's really what keeps us on the road, because everything that's needed work, whether it's on the truck, the smart car, or the rig, he's pretty much been able to do himself.
Yeah. Wow. That helps an awful lot. If you've got that mechanical, you know, mindset, you know, behind you, that's pretty awesome. I can't say I put my name on that list. I'm always dependent on somebody else to help me get out of these problems, you know, but I try to observe at least and pick up a few things. You know, it sort of all changed when I could change a flat and I could change the oil. But then after that, you know, forget it. That was about it. That was, you know, I could change the windshield wiper fluid, and now you've experienced the limit of my of what's possible. I want to learn a whole bunch more from you guys, where you've been, where you're going, some plans for 2022, and we'll do that on the other side of the break. My guests are Bubba and Kat Walden, and they're from Tipsy Marlin Travelers, and we're going to find out about that name too on the other side. I'm Tom Alexander. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. Stay tuned.
Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. My guests, it's the Tipsy Marlin folks. It's Tipsy Marlin Travels and I love this name. We're going to find out about it. It's Bubba and it's Kat Walden. And the name Tipsy Marlin, now, you know, going into this, I'm seeing the word Marlin, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, somebody's into fishing. Somebody has been to South Florida, gone marlin fishing or something like that. No, that has nothing to do with it. Why don't you share the origin of the name, this very unusual name?
When we first got into RVing, and we knew we wanted to share our stories with everybody via social media, and so we're trying to think of a name, and we always liked boats, and we followed a couple on YouTube, Gone with the Winds, that started out full-time RVing and then bought a catamaran and took off to sail around the world. Yeah. And we thought, wouldn't that be cool to do? And then one day just kind of popped into our heads, hey, a cool name for a boat would be the Tipsy Marlin. And he sat down and drew up our little logo, the Marlin fish with the martini glass, and it just kind of grew from there.
I love that. That's absolutely great. The Tipsy Marlin, and it's what a great name for a bar too. You know? Yeah, that's something you find in Key West or something, right? The Tipsy Marlin, totally right. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That is a great. I think you might almost have to trademark that name. Somebody's going to come along and steal that one. It is a great name. Just flows right off the tongue. The Tipsy Marlin. you guys are, you have the luxury, I guess, of kind of going where you want to go now because you're both retired, but you both have served the community, as they say. Why don't you share with us what line of work you were both in?
I was a street cop for 22 years in San Diego and retired in 2014. And we did, being in San Diego, had the privilege of doing not only landside enforcement, but water enforcement as well. So I worked on boats a lot too.
Yeah, great.
And I was an equipment operator for 30 years for the Department of Defense in San Diego.
Yeah.
And worked for the military.
The DOD. So, well, thank you both for your service.
I was never in the military. I just worked for them.
Well, that's okay. Listen, you know what? You were part of the team, and without your efforts, they can't do everything they do, right?
Correct.
So there you go. We'll extend the appreciation to that.
Okay.
Making plans is a big thing, and it's becoming more of a necessity now because RVing has just exploded, and people are going and going and going, and there's the RV community is growing, and the sales and rentals are growing. And I'll tell you, you go in, you pull into an RV park and it's jammed.
Yeah.
What would you say? I mean, do you find that you have to kind of really plan ahead on some of these destinations you want to see?
It depends on where we're going. If we're going to a high popularity destination like Florida in the wintertime, then yes, we do plan those out well in advance because we know we won't get in any other way. But if we're out west, we fly by the seat of our pants.
A lot of boondocking out there. And we do a lot of boondocking.
Do you?
Yeah, as long as we can get the truck in there with the trailer, we'll boondock.
You're good to go. Yeah, that's great.
We got solar and everything, so we're good.
Share with us a little bit about what you've got on the docket this year. What are you thinking about? Any places in particular you'd like to visit?
Well, our springtime trip, which will last until probably April or so, we have Arizona. We're going to go out to Quartzsite, where all the RVers gather every winter. We're going to head out to San Diego. We have kids out there. Then we're going to go to a NASCAR race in Vegas, Zion National Park, maybe over to Lake Powell. And then from there, we really don't know.
No, we'll just start working our way back east.
Working your way back east. I'll tell you, I always think about my dad because, when we would travel and he'd see like an old, this is back in the 70s, and he'd see an old Winnebago blow past us. He'd say, Winnebago, and you'd always want to like, I got to do that someday. I got to do that. He never got to do it, but he never got to do it. We got to some other places and did some other fun things, but in his honor, in his memory, I think someday I'd like to, get out there and do that. I am a broadcaster by trade, so I got brought into doing these podcasts because I like to ask a lot of questions and learn a lot of things from people. Yeah. And somehow, in some ways, I kind of live vicariously through their adventures.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But, but I want to get out there.
If we knew that we could have done this in 2013, we would have dropped everything and did it then. For the first 2 years, that when we retired and got on the road, for the first 2 years, we work camped and made made enough to get by here and there, right. And then all of a sudden we're just like, all right, we're done. We're done going here and working and done going there and working. Let's just go ourselves and take some time for ourselves and travel. And that's what we've ended up doing.
Good for you. And you both look just relaxed, happy. And what could be better than that? I mean, and then the only thing you got to worry about is, where do I go next? What's next?
And that's it. Yep. Exactly.
Right?
Where to? Yep.
Man, that's, listen, I think there's probably a lot of people watching and listening thinking, yeah, I wouldn't mind trading spots with them. That's a pretty cool deal.
It has its hiccups and its headaches some days.
Yeah.
When you want to just throw a match to it all. But other than that, it's good.
Yeah. And Lulu, does Lulu like the ride? Does Lulu does she enjoy the trip with you guys, or does she get a little frustrated if you're on the road a little too long?
Well, she gets nervous about riding in any vehicle, and we don't know if something happened to her before we got her that made her that way, or so she's not real thrilled about the road trips, but she's getting better. And she'll jump up in the bed of the sleeper of the truck now and sprawl out and lay there and watch the world go by as we go down the road.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So Lulu's making the adjustment little by little.
Little by little.
Yeah, soon she'll be a veteran. Soon she'll be driving the rig,
We're hoping.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Let the kid take over.
Yeah, Lulu's at the wheel. We're good to go. So is there a destination on the list? I know you mentioned a few things out west that you want to go see. Is there one place that maybe both of you haven't been, where you say, we got to get there. We got to check that out.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Alaska. We've got to get up there before it's too late.
Yeah. I have heard so many great things. That is another state I've yet to visit myself, but I've got several friends that have been up there, and they all, it's like when people in the 60s went to India and they came back changed. It's kind of it's almost like the same thing. It's just got that impact that is really, really special. Just beautiful, pure, gorgeous. It's almost like you're not on the same planet, from what I've heard from some people. Just amazing. So I wish you luck on that trip.
The only thing that's up there that you're not going to like is the bugs. The mosquitoes will pack you away.
Really? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mosquitoes are bad. Yeah.
I'll brave the mosquitoes to see it.
I've never heard that. That's really interesting. I mean, look, I understand that there's seasons there. I mean, people hear Alaska and they think it's frigid 24/7. It's not. I understand it. But I didn't know that mosquitoes in particular were such a problem.
Pretty thick up there.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow, I learn something new every day. Tune into this show every day, folks, because you're going to learn something. Mosquitoes in Alaska.
Bugs, let's just put it that way, the bugs.
Yeah. Palm trees in Canada. No, that's not true. Well, listen, folks, this has been a lot of fun. And, I'll tell you what, we love having folks on multiple times. Maybe next time when you're at some great destination out west and you want to check in with us again, please do come and say hello again and tell us. Maybe we'll even get some exterior shots and see where the heck you are. And, and then if you do get to that Alaskan trip, when you do, not if, when,
yes,
would love to check in with you then too. So thanks so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for
having us.
You guys are terrific. Safe travels, great journeys ahead. My guests are the Waldens. It is Bubba and it is Kat, and they spoke to us today from New Mexico. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Watch Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. It posts every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on our Facebook page.
Wrapping things up now on the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and there she is. Our guest coordinator is Neve Carey-Zacco. Hey, Neve, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. And I know that, lots of events going, swirling about the marketplace, about the RV, Planet RV, and all its sister companies. And you yourself have some events on the docket, right?
I do. Last year we went to the west coast of Florida with the RV Advisor bus. Scalloping season is a huge thing in July here in Florida.
Yeah.
So we done some fantastic events while we were there. We done giveaways at the karaoke. They had a children's night where we done giveaways for the kids. Just a bunch of competitions that we ran all weekend long. We had some music and stuff like that by our bus. Just got to know a lot of people. It was really, really fun spreading the word and getting to know, or everyone getting to know everyone from the RV Advisor. So yeah, we're planning on doing that again this year, as well as hitting up another few spots. Fish Eating Creek, God, I have to think of that name. Fish Eating Creek has a lovely event on during the summer too, which I'm trying to organize and get in partnership with that campground. So yeah, if there's any other interesting events that any of our listeners or followers would like to see the RV Advisor bus at, please let us know, so we can start scheduling our road trips for throughout the summer and our giveaways and competitions. So yeah, really, really excited to start doing that again this year.
Wonderful. And let the folks know where they can reach you.
ncarey at the rvadvisor.com was my direct email address, or you can hit me up on any of our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, DM me, comment me, and I will get back to you right away.
Excellent. There you go. All right. Carey.
Carey.
Carey. That's like your kind of your hip hop name, right? You're a rapper.
Pretty much, yeah.
Carey.
Pretty much.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Very simple. And Carey at the RVadvisor.com. Neve, thank you so much for your time. As always great to see you. And we will be back again next week with a brand new show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. It's the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander for Neve Carey-Zacco. So long, everybody.